Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Sana po maging safe tayo sa bagyong Rolly at Typhoon Category 5 na siya.
Thank you.
Before we start the estate tax, ano ba ang tax? Ang tax ay isang mandatory financial charge o compulsory or some other type of levy imposed on taxpayer, pwedeng tao, pwedeng juridical entity or legal entity, by a government organization in order to fund spending and various public expenditures. Itong mga public expenditures po ito yung mga health, education, tourism, security of the country, then yung pag-deliver din ng mga public goods. A failure to pay along with evasion or resistance to taxation is punishable by law. Kaya dapat po mag-comply tayo sa mga babayarin natin na tax. Okay, sir?
Next slide.
Joel? Yes,
Okay.
sir? Estate tax, ito po yung ini-impose upon the transfer. Kung kailan mo siya ililipat na, ito yung tax niya. It is a tax on privilege, not on the property.
Okay.
Next, sir. Okay. Ito po, na-discuss na kanina ni Sir Joel, succession is a mode of acquisition by debt only. This is by debt, by virtue of which the property rights and obligation. Ito po yung pagmamana natin ng mga ari-arian. Hindi lang po mga real properties, lahat ari-arian po. Then next slides po. Ito yung decedent na natukoy din kanina. Ito yung mga namatay. Sila po yung considered na decedent. Then next, Sir Joel. Ito yung heir, ito yung mga magmamana. Ito yung mga legitimate, illegitimate. Depende kung single siya, pwedeng ascendants. Kung wala, those brothers. Okay, Sir Joel. Natukoy na rin to kanina, pero kailangan ko lang ibanggit na kailangan natin na malaman kung ano ba ang property regime para sa pag-compute ng tamang taxes. Kung ito ba ay covered ng absolute community of property, which is after the August 3, 1988, and then yung conjugal. Next slide, sir. We'll skip this one kasi na-kuan naman na kanya, na-explain mo naman na kanya. Then the conjugal partnership of gains, which is prior to August 3, 1988. Itong regime na to kailangan kasi kailangan nating malaman kung saan ba siya belong para alam natin yung isa-subject natin sa tax, ano ba yung mga alisin natin sa mga tataksan. Ayun. Then next slide, sir. Ito din yung estate, yung tinukoy kanina ni Sir Joel din. Ito yung all property. Kumbaga ito na yung net worth kasi all property, rights and obligation. Yung obligation din deduct kasi kaya net worth po siya. Okay, Sir Joel. Ito, yung exclusion from gross estates. Hindi po siya kasama sa matataksan ng estate tax. Exclusion, para maging taxable ang isang insurance policy, it should not be taken out by the resident for his life. Dapat ma-suffice itong tatlong na to. Yung beneficiary are not irrevocable. Kung silent yung policy, automatic yun, tax, subject to tax yun, revocable agad. Then third one, hindi dapat designated sa estate or sa mga taga-administer and executor. Kumbaga, ito, excluded lang siya kung na-suffice yung tatlong prerequisites nito, yung requisites na yan. Then next, Sir Joel, number 2, no. Sorry, sir. Number 2 on the previous slide, Sir Joel. Then the insurance proceeds, ito po yung mga from SSS or GSIS. Then yung mga war veterans, World War II, US veterans, siguro kokonti naman na mga to. Then merger of usufruct. Then yung transmission through fiduciary. Then next slide please, Sir Joel. Number 8, ito yung mga transmission from the first heir legatee done in favor with the desire of the predecessor naman. Number 19, ito yung mga sa charitable institution. No part of the income should benefit an individual. Then not more than 30% po dapat hindi mapupunta sa admin purposes. Then number 10, yung siyempre yung exclusive property ng surviving spouse under the kung saan man siya sa conjugal partnership or under absolute community of property. Then next is the deductions from gross estates. Dati, before the train law, ang standard deduction natin is 1 million. Ngayon, dahil sa train law, standard deduction na natin is 5 million. Then deductible din ang mga claims against the state. Ito yung mga inutang natin na naka mortgage. Kumbaga magkapareho halos ang number 2 and number 4. Then yung mga pinautang naman natin sa mga iba't ibang mga tao na hindi naman natin makolekta, pwede nating i-claim as deduction. Then etong number 5, ito yung property previously taxed. For example, ito, kung yung husband is namatay, siyempre na-transfer through the extrajudicial settlement din na subject din lang ng tax. Kung within 1 year namatay yung wife na, subject siya ng yung buong property, hindi deduction na siya sa gross estate. Kung namatay naman yung wife after 1 year but within 2 years, 80% na lang yung value ang madideduct then and so on from the up to 20%. Next slide, Sir Joel. Ito yung mga transfer for public use. Kumbaga may transfer na property ang isang tao para sa public use. Kumbaga ito kailangan dinonate ko ito para pagpatuyan ng barangay hall o di kaya tawag nito health facility dahil nga sa community quarantine. Kailangan ng government ng land para magpatay ng mga quarantine facility. Nag-denonate ko to. Pwede nating i-avail na deductions. Then yung family home, which was increased to 10 million before the train law, it is 1 million only. Then yung number 8 is amount received by heirs from employer under RA 4917 or just simply the retirement benefit of employees. Then number 9, ito, deduction yung share of surviving spouse in the net conjugal community. Okay, Sir Joel. Next slide, Sir Joel.
Hold on. Dali lang. Okay, there.
Akala ko nawala ko ng
Yeah,
internet.
dito na ako. Go.
Ito yung mga kailangan natin para hindi tayo ma-default. Ito yung pinaka-importante nating alalahanin. Ito yung isa sa pinakamahalaga na bibilangin natin from the death of the decedent, 1 year. Sir, previous slide. Within 1 year from the decedent death, dapat may file na natin yung tax return. Required if subject to tax. Required if there are properties na registrable such as real properties, motor vehicle, and share of stocks. Then reminder number 2nd page, sir. Ito po, under administrative provision ulit, pa rin tayo. Yung extension ng payment. Yung payment ng tax is at the time that return is filed. Dapat mabayaran natin yung tax. Then yung extension of filing and payment, 30 days kung meritorious lang. Kung hindi meritorious naman, wala tayong extension. Default na agad tayo. Yung payment naman, kung through court, not to exceed 5 years. Kung extrajudicially, not to exceed 2 years. Then, kailangan din natin ng tulong ng isang CPA kung ang net worth natin, or estate natin, ang gross value ng estate is 5 million. Dati is 3 million, ngayon in-increase na siya. So, mas kumonti na ang trabahuin ng CPA. From 3 million, naging 5 million na lang. Then, nakalagay yung mga itemized assets with value. itemized deductions, and tax due and payables. Ito yung mga payables. Then, under the mandatory requirements, kailangan natin ng mga to kung magpa-file tayo ng estate tax return. Ito yung number 1 is the death certificate, syempre. Yung TIN ng namatay, then yung TIN ng mga heirs. Then number 3, notice of death. Number 4, yung affidavit of self-adjudication, deed of extrajudicial settlement of estate, court order if done through court, and sworn declaration of all properties of estate. Then schedule of partition, ito yung mga na-subdivide na ng mga ari-arian. And the order of the court approving the same within 30 days. Number 6 is proof of claim tax credit if applicable. And yun nga po. Number 7, 2 million pala dati. Yung certification ng CPA. Then number 8, ito, kailangan natin to kung may mga family. Lahat naman tayo may family home, kaya requirement to. Certification from the barangay captain for the claim family home. Then number 9, duly notarized promissory note. Well, hindi lahat ng bangko may notarized promissory note, pero may mga legal contracts tayo, loan agreements tayo na yun yung nanonotarize. So get a copy of that contracts with the bank. Then number 10 is accounting of the proceeds of loan. Dapat na-account yung proceeds ng loan kung saan ba napunta. Contracted within 3 years lang po siya prior to the death of the decedent. Number 11 is the proof of the claim property previously taxed. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina, kung namatay yung husband, within 1 year, namatay din yung wife. Yung proof dapat, kasi kung may estate tax return tayo, nakakip pa rin siya within 5 years. Yun yung mahalaga doon. Then number 12 is yung proof ng property na na-transfer sa government for public use. Then number 13 is the tax debit memo. Then next slide, Sir Joel. Kung real properties nga po, kailangan natin ng mga CCTs. Kung condominium, kailangan natin ng mga TCTs kung mga real properties lang. Then number 2, yung tax declaration. Bakit kailangan ng tax declaration? Kasi dito i-compare yung value ng real property sa BIR. Yung BIR kasi sila na may hawak ng zonal value. Then yung tax declaration, andun po yung assessed value na binibigay ng mga city assessors or municipal assessors. Number 3, it will be secured also to from the assessor's office or city assessor's office. Certificate of no improvement. Then for personal properties, ito yung mga personal properties, ito yung mga deposit, investment, indebtedness. Ito, kailangan natin ng certificates ng mga to. Tapos, kung mga vehicle naman, certificate of registration, CR. Then, kung share of stocks, kailangan natin ng, kung listed sa PSE, yun po yung financial latest audited financial statement ng corporation for the book value. Then, kung not traded, syempre yung fair market value kung traded siya. Then number 4, ito nga po, kailangan natin ng photocopy of share of stocks. Number 5, ito, ay wala na Sir Joel. Next slides, please. Then kung iba ang mag-process, kailangan ng SPA. Kailangan ng red ribbon kung from abroad. Then, kailangan natin ng mga vicinity, location plan, certificate of exemption from the commissioner, BIR. Then, kung installment, ang payment, kailangan natin ng approved request from BIR. Then, yung disposition din. Then, we'll go to the illustration na. Ito na tayo. Ito, yung nga, nag-remind ako kanina na kailangan natin ng malaman kung kailan ba, kung anong family regime, anong property regime ba ang gagamitin natin. Kailangan nating malaman kung kailan siya kinasal. Ito, example number 1 is decedent, married in 1976, died on March due to COVID-19. Ang number 1 na asset niya is real properties excluding family home, 15 million. Family home, 6 million. Other real properties na exclusive sa namatay na tao, yung 5 million. Claims against states, 1 million. Unpaid mortgages, 500,000. Kung meron mang mga property na exclusive nung spouse, hayaan na natin yon kasi hindi naman kasama sa computation ng estate tax. Then, kailan to kinasal? 1976. So, we'll go to the computation, Sir Joel. We will use the conjugal partnership. So, yung real properties, under siya sa conjugal. Kasi nakalagay doon na real properties excluding family home. 15 million. Bakit pala natin nilagay sa conjugal? Ito, yung mga properties na pinundar ng mag-asawa nung celebration during the celebration of marriage. Then yung family home, syempre sa kanila yan, family home nila yan, conjugal. Then yung nga po, alisin natin yung exclusive property ng decedent. Then yung to arrive at the gross estate na conjugal na 21 and the exclusive is 5 million. Then total is 26 million. Kailan ba siya namatay? Noong March 2020 na siya due to COVID, which is under the train law na ang deduction standard is 5 million. Family home, instead na 10 million, 6 million lang kasi yun lang naman yung value ng family home. Hindi porket 10 million ang available, ang pwedeng i-deduct na family home, hindi pwede kasi hanggang 6 million lang yung property niya. Then claims against states, ito yung mga inutang niya. Then unpaid mortgages. Ito nga po, kailangan natin ng mga proof ng mga to. Then the net estate will be 13.5 million for the total na net estate ng decedent. Then let's remove the share of the surviving spouse dun sa under the conjugal lang siya, which is 21 million. Ba't iba pala to? 17. Okay. Tama. 21 yan. 21 divided by 2, it will be 10.5 million. Then the net taxable estate is 3 million. Yun. 3 million. Then, i-multiply natin sa tax rate na under the train law is 6%, 180,000. Yun.
So dito na tayo sa second case.
Eto na naman, si Juan na asawa ni Maria, kinasal after August 3, 1988, which is under the absolute community of property. Died na naman siya due to COVID.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Go.
Item number 1, 10 million is the property acquired by Juan before marriage. Ito na yung sasagot, parang yung kanina, case Sir Aldwin. Property acquired by Maria before marriage, 10 million. Maganda yan at equal, pareho sila na tagga 10 million. Pero kung yun nga, yung example kanina ni Sir Joel na 2 yung isa 3 million, lugi yung babae. Then number 3 is family house and lot in Quezon City, 5 million. Number 4, family home in Bulacan, 2 family home, 5 million. Property donation to Juan through gratuitous title. Ito yung dinonate kay Juan nung kasal na siya. Through gratuitous title. Proceeds of life insurance, irrevocable. Claims against solvent, which is 50% uncollectible. Then property donation to Maria through gratuitous title. Then ito, alamin natin kung anong property regime ba siya. Then let's isa-isain natin na paghiwalayin kung saan ba siya. Kung exclusive or absolute community. Hello?
Yes, next. Sorry. Next
Ay,
slide.
akala ko choppy ako.
Yan, okay,
Sige,
okay,
sir.
go.
Punta na tayo sa computation. Siyempre, under the absolute community of property, yung dinala ni Juan at ni Maria, magiging community property nila. Maganda at pareho silang tig 10 million. Then, yung family house and lot and family home, 5 million, 5 million. Under community property pa rin. Then, yung true gratuitous title, exclusive lang ni Juan. Then, hindi na natin sinama yung property donation kay Maria kasi exclusive property naman ni Maria and hindi naman siya yung namatay. Hindi siya kasama sa computation ng estate tax. Then, claim against insolvent debtors. Ito yung mga pinautang natin na pero 50% lang based sa example kanina. 50% lang yung collectible pero yung 1 million sasama natin under the community property. Then we arrive to gross estate under community, 31 million and exclusive of 1 is 5 million. Total is 36 million. Then under the train loan na naman siya, 5 million standard deduction. Family home, bakit 5 million lang? Pwede naman niyang i-avail yung 10 million na total kasi 5 million and 5 million. Hindi pwede kasi sa totoong buhay, isa lang yung titirhan natin. Hindi naman sa totoong buhay, isa lang pwede nating i-avail. Kasi hindi ka naman pwedeng dalawang family home talaga eh. Unless dalawang asawa mo. Then, claims against insolvent debtors, 50% lang yung i-deduct natin kasi yung 50% naman is makakolekta natin. To arrive at net estate of 25.5 million. Yung share ng surviving spouse and the community property, 31 million, half, 15.5. To arrive at net taxable estate of 10 million and the estate tax at 6% is 600,000. Ayun.